Welcome to the arena and welcome to Gladiator's Mastermind. I'm going to go straight to the point for today's teaching. It's going to be an extension of the first law, the greatest of all, which is vibration, which is where everything originates. Last teaching, I spoke about how energy is neither created nor destroyed, but only transformed from one form to another. Now, bear with me as I try to connect everything because I do not have an outline, okay? This is as I flow and as intuition comes down from above, okay? A lot of you are familiar with the law of attraction, okay? The law of attraction is a secondary law that originated from vibration because everything vibrates, right? We've already agreed on that. So from vibration comes attraction. All right? And this is as a result of the fact that everything moves, right? So if something is moving, if your thoughts, remember, your thoughts are energy that are resonating out of your mind. If energy is resonating out of your mind and broadcasting, something has to be coming back, right? We'll get to the law of cause and effect, right? Your reality is an effect, your thoughts is the cause, or whatever you've accepted as a belief into your subconscious mind from the external environment to be true is also the cause, and the effect is how you feel, how you respond, how things are shaped into your reality. But we're not going to dive into the law of cause and effect today. We're going to focus on the law of attraction. So when your mind broadcasts the image you have created in your mind that you would like for your body to experience, which we call reality, something has to come back. Energy out, energy in, right? You just don't get energy out. It doesn't matter what this energy is, something has to come back. So if your mind is broadcasting thought energy, it has to also receive the effect or the reality of what it has created through imagination. The receiving part is called attraction. All right? You heard famous sayings, you are what you eat, you are what you attract, thoughts become things, right? Be the change you want to see. All of these things are true. All right? Energy coming back to you is also vibration from the infinite intelligence, from the creator of all things, pretty much fulfilling the law that whatever you desire, you shall receive. Now, the only thing is, he doesn't choose for you what you desire, right? If you dwell on negativity, you will receive. Because that's the sole reason why you're here. Remember, your words, your thoughts, they are commands. All right? You are here to take the image that has been put into you to dominate reality. Right? Nobody's making any decision for you. You are not at the mercy of anyone but yourself. You are at the mercy of your own internal environment, not external. You can change your reality at any given time. Reality bends to you. You can decide, you know what, I've had enough of this situation. I would like for my situation to change. And you begin to think differently. And all of a sudden, you get out of that situation. Energy, boom, right here. Let's call this somebody else or the infinite intelligence where all things beginning and the end is already done. Everything is already done. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. You're not manufacturing anything. In fact, the light bulb, the camera, all of this technology already existed. It was just a matter of fact for somebody who was tapped into such frequency or thought energy to say, let me bring this to reality. And all of a sudden they begin to receive intuition. Intuition is another higher faculty of the mind. By some teachings down the road, we'll dive into the higher faculties of the mind. Just like the body has faculties, sensory organs, the mind also has its own. Intuition is how you receive all of those ideas to bring things to reality. But not to go into sidetrack, if this is the infinite all-knowing, right, your mind broadcasts uh, about something you imagine, or a new car, a new house, new opportunity, love life relationship, and what you get back is called attraction. Okay, you attract back what you put out. This attraction then crystallizes, materialize, whatever you want to call it, which is matter, which is your experience. All right, all of this, whichever one you want to call them, the things you attract are then your reality. Then it becomes an experience of yours. It becomes a coincidence. You meet someone along the road. Um, if you're one of those people that's always thinking, you know what, all men are dogs, okay? You're broadcasting all men are dogs. There is plenty of them, so you're going to attract what you broadcast. Because you're not going to attract good men. You're going to attract every single one of the dogs that you desire, because that's what you put out there. Whatever you put out, you get back. Right? If you're somebody that believes you attract all the promiscuous women, there is no women that have morals, whatnot. Boom. That's what you're putting out into the universe. Ye shall receive. Whatever you ask for in my name, the Father will do it. Let's support this. How do we really attract? If we broadcast with the mind, how do you attract things? We attract with our hearts, right? Emotions. Thought plus emotion equals attraction. All right? Let me put that down into writing. Thoughts, which is your thinking ability, plus emotion creates attraction. Why? The reason why, when somebody says, you know what, I feel like I'm going to be a wealthy millionaire and whatnot, but then they look at their bank account later and it's not so. And they're like, dang, man, the bank account is low. Boom. Your heart felt that the bank account was low. It doesn't matter whatever image. You see, this is imagination. Thoughts, imagination, right? You want to change your situation, you use imagination. From your mind, your emotions come from your heart. All right? Your heart desires, your heart feelings. That's why when you get heartbroken, you can feel it. It feels like a stab in your heart, but nobody stabbed you. Your heart is very powerful. In fact, scientifically, all right, scientific studies have, in the quantum physics, they have studied that the heart is 5,000 times stronger than your mind in terms of the field it's attached to. So your heart is not just used for pumping blood. That's how you attract things. Whatever level of vibration you're on, your heart is attracting them. You're on that frequency, everything, the events, the situations, the opportunity, they just come. You're on a specific timeline. All right? You are attracting whatever frequency you're vibrating on. Any event on that frequency level, you're going to attract. But you can change your frequencies, as I've explained from the previous teaching. You are always vibrating. Pretty much you're feeling, you have different feelings as the day goes by. But your goal is you want to have a consistent train of thought, right? You want consistency. So that way your attraction, your heart can be in alignment with your mind. Then that's how you attract good things, right? If your heart is not in alignment with your mind, they're not coherent. You are closing the opportunity to attract what you're thinking about, right? So pretty much your heart is actually more powerful than your mind. You can say, I am powerful beyond measure. Oh, you know what? I have this much wealth. I become the best at this, that. But if your heart do not believe it, it's vanity. The reality is you can lie to someone. I can look you dead straight in your eyes and lie to you, right? But you can't hide your heart. Your heart never lies. So now that we've defended that the heart is 5,000 times stronger, you can look it up. Scientists have done research. Now let us use scriptures, all right? Let us defend why your heart is very important in changing your life, right? First of all, you have to see it. You have to imagine into the future, right? You have to imagine the situation you want to create, but how you actually collapse those timeline towards yourself is your heart has to be in alignment with your thoughts. If they're not in alignment, then you're lying to yourself. Wishful thinking. Okay, the first Bible verse, right? The scriptures I'm going to use is First Samuel chapter 16 verses 7. It says, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. Who is I? God. The Lord does not see as man sees. All right? For man look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So if God, the creator of the universe, is the all-knowing, right? He has all the answers. The only reason why he duplicated himself into you is because he knows it all. He's bored. Now he made you something that has free will. You get to choose how you use his power, his abilities to create from your thought in connection to your heart. Because then the opportunities will find you. So I'll put this right here. All knowing, right? Infinite intelligence, right? What does the Bible verse say? Uh, For man looks at outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. From the first two teaching I've already told you, um, do not use your sight, right? You can believe what you see around you. If you don't like the situation and you reaffirm it, you will continue in that cycle. You have to break that cycle and use your imaginative ability, which is your higher faculty. So if your mind, right, your mind broadcast conscious, you have decided you want to change your situation. See, this is you right here. You want to change your situation and you are thinking. So you broadcast out to the infinite intelligence, to the universe, to the creator of all things, right? And you're expecting your thought to come back, right? God does not look at the image you have painted in your mind, right? He doesn't. Because he knows you see more through your environment, right? He doesn't care. In fact, before you even speak, he can tell how you feel. Your feelings is what is true because you can lie from your mouth. You can paint a false image in your head, but your feelings, your heart never lies. He doesn't just look at the mind, he looks at your heart. Your heart. So when you send out a signal, you broadcast something you want to do, The only way you get it back is your heart. That's the connection. It's our energy out, energy received, right? Because your heart is the field that attracts. So that is the connection. Now, I'm going to break it down into another scripture. Um, Psalm 37 verses 4. It says, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. So the infinite intelligence, the Father gives you anything you desire. But be very careful. How he gives it to you is via your heart. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart, right? Just like in the quantum field, you attract things with your heart. Your magnetic field is your heart, right? Whether you want to use physics, science is the study of things that's already been put into practice and proven, all right? So the scriptures also defends that. Delight yourself in the Lord, which means you can't delight yourself with what you see around you. That is false. If you do not like your situation, don't believe it. If you do not like how you feel, don't believe it. It's false. You have to, meditate. You have to dwell in silence. Use your higher faculty. Create a new reality in your mind. So once you dive into your imaginative abilities, you are now delighting in the Lord. You're delighting in the infinite intelligence, the all-knowing. You're delighting in the great I am. Now you can see a better situation, a brighter future, a better love life, a better job opportunity. You can see it. So now that you've delighted in the Lord, how is the Lord going to give it to you back? It says, he will give you your heart desires. It means attraction isn't complete by just imagination. This is half of the job. Energy out. Because now you've delighted in the Lord. If you want to receive what you have imagined, your heart must believe it to be true. So that leads to something we call the law of assumptions, which I don't want to cover right now. But let's just stay where we are. Your heart must believe it to be true. The image when you imagine yourself in a Lamborghini, don't say, oh, it's far-fetched. I don't have the money to afford it. Well, you will not get it because your heart says it's impossible. You didn't feel the possibility, right? Feelings are important, right? If you imagine a better love life and you're like, oh, where am I going to find all of this, right? You got attitude, your feelings, attitude, bad attitude, right? You don't believe it, you will not receive it. It is law. The only way you receive the desires of your heart is your heart has to be in alignment with what you ask God for. So if you delight yourself in the Lord, he will then give it to you through your heart. Because why? The heart is the delivery package. That's your magnet for attraction. So if your field is not incoherent with your mind, is it the Lord's fault? No, it's your fault. So you have to fix your heart. Fix your mind, fix your heart, and you change your situation. Another scriptures I'm going to use Jeremiah 17 verses 10. It says, I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind. I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind. So when you broadcast, he examines it. He examines, which means he tests you. This is what you want. If it is true, if it is a repetitive image, that means your frequency is consistent, which is the examination. Then he says, I will search your heart. I'm gonna see if you're telling me the truth or you're lying. If you're lying to me, you're gonna get what this one is saying. I don't care what this one is broadcasting. If you don't believe it to be true, you've gotten your reward. Right? Mark 11:24. Let me go into that real quick. One of the most powerful laws of attraction. Mark 11:24. 11:24. Right? Therefore, I ask you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe you have received it and it will be yours. Actually, that's the law of assumption itself. However, whatever you ask for in prayer, which means prayer means burning desire. Lord, give me this. You know what? The infinite intelligence, I desire this. I want to change my situation. You're praying. And you don't even have to open your mouth. You can even feel it in your heart. Whatever you feel in your heart, you're attracting immediately without even saying a word. You're attracting wherever you feel in your heart, right? But you're thinking about a better situation. You're thinking about creating a big business, growing that $1 billion company, right? You're thinking about those things. And it says, believe that you already have it. Believe means feel it in your heart to be true. Don't worry about what these eyes and ears or people, people are whispering left and right. The economy, the news. Don't listen to the politics. Don't care about that. You have the image of a creator within you. You can change your situation, right? Believe it in your heart. Feel it. Feel it. Believe it to be true. This heart is a magnet. If you feel it to be true, if you feel what you have thought about and you believe that you already have it, if you believe that what you just sent out to the universe, you already have it, that means your heart is not in alignment with your mind, then, boom, it will be delivered. Okay? It will be delivered. It is law. Okay? To wrap it up, that everything vibrates. Now, from the last teaching, I didn't give some further example. I had some stuff I wanted to show you guys, right? Attraction is just an extension of the law of vibration, all right? So everything vibrates, right? This is tree, okay? This is woods, the same energy, right? This is cardboard paper. This is same energy, no difference. They are just vibrating at a different frequency. Okay? Based on value. Your value is depending on what situation you lie. Right? Your value is dependent on what situation you lie. So let's just say wood is down here. Right? Now, when it's winter, you need wood to burn, right? But for the sake of this example, cardboard paper, and you have a A4 paper. A4, right? Based on utility, now if we have furniture or stuff, there might be somewhere there. But let's just say raw wood for the most part, right? Raw material. If you saw woods on the street, probably just ignore it, right? It's just wood. So you probably don't value it as much, right? It's all the same, all three of them, literally the same energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's transformed from one form to another, right? This A4 paper came from this wood, and so did this cardboard. But for some reason, all corporate documents, courthouse, they value this one so much to the point where if I drop this in somebody's office, they'll be like, what the heck is this? Get this thing out of here. But it's the same energy. It's just vibrating at a different finished product, different frequencies. So just like this wood can be transformed from one form to another, you can also renew your mind, right? You can renew your mind. You can change your situation. And to back that up in the scriptures, right? I'm going to use Romans 12 verses 2, right? It says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world." See, we're not reference. I grew up in the church, right? But the pattern of this world you might consider to be secular music or worldly activities. Yes, that's part of it as well. But when it's saying do not conform to the pattern of this world, it said don't believe your eyes, right? Don't believe your current situation. If somebody was sick, if you were sick, don't believe you're sick. Because if you believe you're sick, you're gonna continue that timeline, that frequency. Don't believe you're poor. Don't believe you're going through a rough time, right? Don't believe the politics. Don't believe the news. I'll even take it further. Don't believe the vaccination. Your subconscious mind can heal anything in your body. I'll get into another teaching and teach you that. We're not there yet. You can heal yourself. You're the most sophisticated technology ever created. A lot of things happen as a result of placebo, and people get sick because they believe. When somebody tells them, "Oh, that person coughed beside you. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get sick." You're going to experience whatever you speak out of your mouth. All right? You're going to experience what you believe to be true. Remember, your perspective, your reality is as a result of your mind and your words. And if you believe it to be true, you're going to attract it with your heart. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Perfect will. Is sickness included in perfect? No. Poverty? No. Terrible relationships? Terrible jobs? No. Perfect will. Because the will of the Father is all knowing. Now it's your job to choose what you're dwelling in your mind. Positive or negative, it all exists. It's your job to broadcast positive thinking outwards, believe it to be true. So if you're in a very terrible situation right now, close your eyes. Imagine the dream life you desire. Whatever dream opportunity you desire, whatever you want to create. Close your eyes and imagine it. Now, open your heart and feel it. If you were there right now, how would you feel? How do you feel? You feel it's good. Once you believe it to be true, be consistent, stay on that frequency. The opportunities, coincidence, the people, experiences to help you achieve that state will find you. It's not your job to look for the opportunity. It's just your job to take actions. But the opportunity will come to you if you're on the right frequencies. Okay? Do not conform to the pattern of this world. Don't believe what your eyes see or what people tell you that it's impossible. Do not believe it. Right? But renew your mind. Imagine, go into your consciousness. Imagine, use your higher faculties, renew your mind, then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will, what the infinite intelligence desire for you, the all-knowing, because He has plans to prosper you. You'll be able to approve God's will, right? His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Okay, I'll leave you with that, all right? Whatever you desire, nothing is far-fetched. Everything is possible. With man, it is impossible, but with God, with the infinite intelligence, with the all-knowing, with the creator of the universe, with the great I am, all things are possible. So don't rely on your physical manly abilities. Rely on your imagination. Create whatever you want to create it. Don't doubt it. Believe it to be true. And your heart being incoherent, being in alignment with your creation, right? You will attract to you from the field, from the quantum field, right? from God that gives all, because He sees your heart. He will